Good day.
So who's doing this Wi-Fi? Who's
You want to take a few minutes to talk about it?
yeah? Who's running it? Who's in charge of it? Who's over? What does that mean?
So
City?
this came about because, well, the primary reason is Farm Shed used to do the EBT program on the square
Right.
every week, and they can't do it every week for whatever reason. They only do it one Saturday a month. I think it's the first Saturday of the month.
Okay.
So the vendors down there, then what they did is Farm Shed ran everything.
Right.
And then they would give you little tokens for EBT that you would trade, and then the vendors would trade them in.
Yeah, we did a story on it when
Okay.
they launched it.
So the vendors now don't have an option to do that unless they have a data plan on their phone or tablet or whatever. So part of that would be then, so they can now use Wi-Fi on their devices to run EBT. A side effect is they can also take credit cards if they choose to do so. Some
Okay.
don't. And we put it in there because we've got fiber that runs most of the way there anyway.
Okay.
All this really was is an access point on the square.
What does that mean? To a layman, is it?
Access points are Wi-Fi locations.
But is it
County doesn't have
is it a physical something?
Yeah, it's a physical little unit. They're typically small. If you want to walk over, I can show you some of the ones we have in City Hall. But it's just a thing that like broadcasts
A signal.
a signal, right?
And
you
where is
connect to
it
the signal.
installed?
On a pole downtown.
Oh, on a pole. Okay.
Yeah, it was a little pricier than what you'd have in the house. The house one was going to cost you, I think mine ran me $160.
And you say this costs next to nothing. What does that mean?
I don't have the exact numbers, but it's going to be less than $1,000.
Okay, and then how are we paying for? I'm parked in back, and I have
Oh.
another meeting, so that's
Oh,
why I'm
sorry.
like not like walking with you. How are we?
This came out of our IT budget.
Okay.
It's one of those feel-good things for the city.
Was this written into our agreement with the farmers
Nope.
market, or?
Nope, it's not just for the farmers market.
Okay.
Anybody can use it. You can go down and use it right now, and that's what it is. So if you search for Wi-Fi, you know how to do that?
Yes.
Okay, so if you search for Wi-Fi, you'll see it. I walked to Briabella, and it reaches at least that far.
So why is the password Mayor Mike?
We put a password on it initially for beta testing. We have no idea what's going to happen. So it's segregated from the city network, so there's no security potential problems or anything. We throttled it down to 10 gig. So you get 20 people streaming videos on there, you're going to bog it down.
So it's 10 gig. It's a 10 gig network.
It's a 10 gig line right now.
Okay.
And that's where we started to see what we could use. Not this past Saturday, the previous Saturday was the first day we even had it. We had no users, total usage was 500 meg. So I just had a few vendors testing it. Last weekend I told all the vendors, I said, okay, tell everybody now who wants to use it, vendor-wise, to go ahead and use it. Now I didn't get a report to see what our usage was, but then people see that, and hey, what's this public market wire, farmers market Wi-Fi? The reason it's password protected was so people couldn't just connect. We're testing it. Eventually the password's going to go away, but we don't want to open it up to everybody yet because the goal is primarily for the public market. If you get people down there streaming videos, you're going to take away bandwidth from people who need it.
Right.
So that's the only reason that there's a password on there at all.
Okay.
County has a password, but it's free. City Hall has a password, but it's still free.
But it's not Executive Pullman.
No.
It's a neutral county term.
We could have done that
Why didn't you?
because I didn't want to. It was a password. The password's going away anyway.
So this is less than $1,000.
I can find out the exact number for you, but it's going to take a little bit because nobody's there now, and I have prep to do tomorrow. I'll ask them.
Okay.
I don't even know that we have all the numbers in yet because, like I said, it's a week and 3 days
Sure.
that it's been working. So we may not even have all the invoices in yet,
Okay.
but we'll know what the costs are.
All the invoices. I thought this was just an access point on the top of a pole.
Well, There is, yes. There's an access point on the top of the pole, but we had to get a fiber to copper converter.
Okay.
So there's a cost there. And there may have been a cost for some additional fiber.
Okay.
We have fiber at the very least to the library. I think we had it all the way through the square, but I'm not 100% sure because it goes down to the Riverfront Art Center as well. I didn't ask.
And when you say fiber, you mean a
Fiber optic line, sorry.
Okay.
Data lines.
And those are physical.
Yeah, it's a
Pieces of equipment.
physical little strand of fiber optic.
But if this is in place, shouldn't we have the invoices for all the equipment by now? Because we have the equipment? Shouldn't we
No.
know what all the costs are?
No, some places work on a 60-day billing cycle, some places work on a 30-day. I can't guarantee it.
Oh.
We know what the bill should be,
Sure.
but we haven't actually, I don't know that we've actually gotten invoices.
And are these one-time costs?
Yeah,
Is there-
one-time
So there's no
costs.
ongoing costs to
Nope.
sustain this Wi-Fi?
No. Maintenance, I mean, if somebody says, hey, Wi-Fi's down, we may have to reboot the router, so someone's gonna have to log in and reboot it.
I mean, Wi-Fi isn't free. There's an ongoing charge every year for it.
Which are stuff we're already paying for.
So this is just additional data on like the city's.
Yeah, so what we do is, we have a contract with WiskNet to be our ISP, Internet Service Provider. They provide us internet access.
Right.
And they provide us, it's a crap ton of data bandwidth. So that's it. How we use it is up to us.
Right.
We cleared it with them because we're a private entity. This is public. They said, no, that's fine.
Right.
So the bandwidth is what you pay for, but you have like a data plan on your phone. You pay for bandwidth. How you use that, they don't care about. So we're nowhere near hitting our bandwidth limits. So this is nothing. So there's nothing, no additional charges monthly than what we're already paying. The data plan that we have allows for that extra bandwidth.
Okay.
Same with, the Riverfront Art Center, their Wi-Fi comes off at Free City Hall Wi-Fi, the city PD Wi-Fi. There's free Wi-Fi there as well for the community room. I don't remember what it's called, but it's segregated. So when you're sitting in the community room, there's a Wi-Fi thing there.
Sure.
There's a password there. Pretty sure.
Okay.